Mahagatha 100 Tales from the Puranas. Brahma begins creation. Chapter number 1. In the beginning, there was nothing, only the Parabrahma. It was the supreme principle that had no beginning and no end. The absolute reality that was utterly indescribable, the divine essence with infinite potential, the cause and the effect blended into one, timeless, boundless, self created and self contained. It had no form, nor was it formless. It had no traits, nor was it without any. Pure consciousness, beyond the reach of thoughts and senses. A catalyst that was unchanging, yet it would bring forth every change. It was only when the Parabrahma willed it that creation of the material universe began. A universe that would now be manifest, observable, discoverable, distinguishable. This will of the Parabrahma produced a vibration and burst the first sound, and it was Om, the sound that contained all the sounds. And the first to form was the Mahatattva, or the primordial element from which originated three gunas or three attributes. Sattva guna denoting preservation, Rajas guna denoting action, and the Tamas guna denoting destruction. The interplay of these three gunas brought forth the Panchatattva or five physical elements: earth, water, fire, air, and ether. Together, they made Prakriti or nature manifest. The gunas also give rise to the five senses: sight, hearing, touch, smell, taste. These would be determined by five sense or organs, which would be governed by the mind. With matter had come forth perception. Water now flowed and covered everything. Water, water everywhere, but nothing that would sink. The Parabrahma manifested itself as a divine entity who lay on these waters like a lily pad over a pond. Since water is Nara and abode is Ayana, this entity acquired a name as Narayana. The Parabrahma now implanted its own seed in the water, thus fertilized. The water nurtured the seed and in due course generated an egg, a golden egg that shone like an orb of light. Since this egg or anda had been spawned by Parabrahma, it came to be known as Brahmanda, the cosmos. Narayana now entered the egg as Vishnu, the all-pervading one, the preserver, presiding or over Sattva Guna. As this golden egg or Hiranya developed him like a womb or Garbha, it acquired the name Hiranyagarbha. The lotus with 14 petals sprouted through Vishnu's navel, and out of this flower emerged Brahma, another divine manifestation of Parabrahma, the creator presiding over Rajas Guna. The progenitor bore a kamandal or water bowl and a mala or rosary. Born thus of a lotus from the navel, he got other names like Padmayoni and Nabhija. After spending a year inside Hiranyagarbha like a pearl, gestating an oyster, Brahma split the egg into two. The upper half became the heaven and the lower half became the earth. Between the two stretched the sky. Brahma had begun the cycle and he knew how it would be eventually ended. Creation or sarga would lead to preservation or sthiti and finally give way to dissolution or pralaya. But as soon as one cycle would die, a new one would be born. At the end of every cycle, when all would be reduced to primeval ocean of chaos, he would initiate this process all over again. An eternal sequence of cycle, a universe of interlocked circles, like a firework exploding in a dark sky. Brahmand had become into a being. Brahma sat gazing at what he had just created. Then he entered a state of meditation, and from his depths originated the four Vedas: Rigveda, Yajurveda, Samaveda, and the Atharva Veda. Little did the Creator know that four troubles were also about to rear their heads. Four troubles that would now endanger this very course of creation would well begun be half done. Thank you guys for listening my episode very keenly. For some late working news, the podcast is also available as book as Mahagatha 100 Tales from the Puranas, written and told by Satyarth Nayak, and the publisher is HarperCollins. Thank you, friends.